Welcome back. You're still watching Week in One here on ENCA. Now, an important campaign which began on Tuesday, 16 days of activism, raises awareness of the plight of abused women and children. The tragic case of a little Durban girl who was brutally killed last week came center stage. The 3-year-old girl's battered body was found in her Chatsworth home. Residents insist that the toddler died after years of beating she allegedly received at the hands of her mother and grandmother. Now, one of the relatives of the little girl has come forward to say she bitterly regrets not doing more to intervene.
It breaks my heart to think that somebody in my family could have did this to a baby. It just doesn't sit well with me because I'm a mother as well, and I won't even do that to my child. It wasn't even abuse, that was torture what happened to that child.
The 25-year-old aunt of the little girl who died last week now carries a heavy heart filled with regret. During the 6 years she lived at the family's Chatsworth home, she says she noticed what looked like early signs of abuse against the toddler and her 3 siblings. But the woman says she never thought it would escalate to such horrific proportions.
I felt very bad that I didn't speak out earlier. Maybe I could have saved the child.
The woman decided against attending the mother and grandmother's first court appearance on Monday. She fears the angry Chatsworth community will turn on her. But NGOs are questioning why there's a call for justice only now.
That little body is laying in a cold mortuary. She died a horrific death. She died alone. She's gone out of this world alone. And we're all here now screaming and protesting. We want justice. But let's go back. Let's go back 2 years. Where were we all? Where was everybody?
It was a sad week for international cricket. The shock death of Australian cricketer Phillip Hughes has put the spotlight on safety in the sport. He died after suffering a blow to the neck during a domestic match on Tuesday.
Phillip took the blow at the side of the neck, and as a result of that blow, his vertebral artery, one of the main arteries leading to the brain, was compressed by the ball. That caused the artery to split and for bleeding to go up into the brain.
Experts seem to agree that for the most part, an accident of this nature was largely unforeseeable. But what steps are being taken in the future to ensure that they don't happen again?
Sports equipment company Gunn & Moore says safety in the game of cricket is an evolving process.
The ICC really over the last 12 to 18 months have taken a significant initiative in terms of helmet designs, and they have, in conjunction with the British Standards Institute, come up with a new British standard. It mandates that where the grille is attached to the helmet shell, there can only be one position, which means that there is no adjustability for the batsman.
This change will go far in regulating the measure of protection to each player, but it still doesn't cover every possible area of impact.
The manufacturers, the industry, and of course the authorities recognise that you cannot clothe somebody in cotton wool and still successfully play the game.
Proteas opening batsman Quinton de Kock says he's been shaken by Hughes' death.
I feel like I'm in danger now also, like as before. You know, helmet, thought to get hit to get protected, but now it's, things, obviously that's changed a lot of the way people think.
In light of this tragic incident, cricketers' attitudes towards safety gear is expected to be closely watched in the future. Experts say the ICC should become stricter in enforcing safety standards. Junior Steinbank, Johannesburg.
A fluent isiZulu-speaking Chinese man would be an unusual sight in most places, but not if you're in Pietermaritzburg. Tavern owner Guy Wang can do just that. Not surprisingly, he's become something of a local celebrity over the years.
When Hui Wang came to South Africa from China 9 years ago, he could hardly speak a word of English. That hasn't changed much, but he has found a more relevant way to communicate. Wang, who runs 2 taverns in Pietermaritzburg, learned isiZulu from his employees shortly after he arrived. But Weng has fallen in love with more than just the language.
Ngasale sweet water before indawo emakhaya uma menemsebenzi yabo njengoba shathi inkomo isikhathi iningi bambisa sala phansi yazi phuza utshwala ya.
He's a hit with his customers who call him Jabulani, which means rejoice.
He is nice. He speaks isiZulu properly and we get along.
When I heard him speaking isiZulu, I was very surprised and shocked because I didn't expect it.
Now that Weng has polished his isiZulu skills, his next ambition is learning how to DJ, so he can entertain his customers here with all his favorite local tunes. Jason Tathia, Pietermaritzburg.
And as if this week has not been enough of a whirlwind, we also had tornadoes. One sweeping through Dundee in KwaZulu-Natal, the other a mini tornado in Soweto. At least 30 houses were damaged on Monday in Protea Glen. Now, what started as a strong dust storm escalated, causing roofs and walls to collapse. It didn't last long, and once the wind subsided, it started raining. Now, residents say it was a scary experience as the entire area went dark when the clouds came over. Luckily, no one was injured. From Parliament to puppets in court and even tornadoes, that's your Weekend One. Take care and have a great week.